Go! Ah, yeah! All right. Bring it! This is the Lou Diamond Hatecast, episode number 1. Got my trusty producer here, Dave Hammond. How are you? Hammond. Got a little bit of symptomatic universal music for you.
Take me through the centuries.
That's some hot shit. Let it go. Let's let it go. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Get your hands off that, ham hands. Damn, what were they, like 24 years old when they did this shit?
Amazing, isn't it?
All right, enough of that. All right, everybody. Happy goddamn 4th of July weekend. USA, Merca. This is the first hateful podcast in a long line of oncoming onslaughts of sonic assaults. And I've got my trusty producer here in lovely Latonia, Kentucky, Dave Hammond, my producer, with a bank of keyboards. Yeah, sit in the corner. Sit in the fucking corner, you little fucking libtard. So we're going to offend everything and everybody, everywhere, every week, and that's what we do.
Hello,
and if you want to,
hillbilly.
Yeah, if you want to get your paddle and get your kayak and head up West Virginia, you don't even have to go to West Virginia anymore. You just go to the Licking River right down by the Reds game. You see the fucks. What are they fucking fishing for carp? What else is in there?
Pollock.
Pollock?
Pollution Pollock.
Sydney Pollock, maybe.
Sydney Pollock pollution.
Anyway, this weekend's going to suck because we've got a hillbilly nightmare coming with fireworks. Now, have you noticed the cops don't do shit about noise unless it's your noise and it's like you're playing some Steely Dan. You know, you're doing the Royal Scam. Something tasteful with Steve Gadd and Larry Carlton on his ES-335, and some fuckhead calls the police. They're right on you. They're all over your Steely Dan coming out of your vintage speakers in your house, your Pioneer. What's the other one? The old, Techniques. That was a good one, wasn't it?
Techniques. You got your... No one likes a Bose.
Fuck Bose.
Bose.
Yeah. Point being...
Klipsch.
German bullshit. So, that's sprocket stuff. Now I'm talking the good old thick Steely Dan on the big double, 2-inch tape, the big audio, what is that, Audioplex, Audiex, is that what it was? Audiex, I remember that stuff when we used to record on that, but my point being, the cops are going to come shut you the fuck down. Yeah, but this weekend, bang, 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 all week long. It's already started. It's Monday today. This is July 2nd.
Hello, you backwood hillbilly.
Exactly. So get ready for it. It's already been ramping up over the last couple of days. And last year I had this guy a street over firing off those major league bottle rockets. I'm talking the mile-high ones. You got to go to, like, Arizona to get them. Yeah. And you're going to need a freaking federal firearms license to buy one, like Val Kilmer in the movie Heat at the beginning, where they go and get the explosives and do the bank job. But I put up with it for about 2 hours, and I noticed my cats and animals were freaking out. Yeah, I got cats. You got a problem with that? Does any of you motherfuckers out there got a problem with me being a cat guy?
I love the kitty.
I'll fuck you up. I will fuck you up, and then I'll fuck you. You understand that? So anyway, all animals are freaking out about this stuff, and they're hiding, and they're cowering in the corner under the couch. So I finally marched over to the house that I figured it was coming from, because one of them landed on my roof, David. One of them landed on my roof. Up on the roof! And it was still on fire, and I had just replaced the roof. So I'm thinking $5,000 down the drain. Here goes my two-family. My tenant wasn't home, luckily. And I walked back there one street over and found like 15, 20-year-old kids, and they saw me, and I saw them, and they knew. They were like, "That's the guy. That's the house we just hit. Can we get some crying, whining? Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 It's like the scene in Goodfellas where Ray Liotta gets out of the car and he's got Karen, and she's like,
He tried to touch me, and he left me when I wouldn't put out.
and he's like, wait here, and he gets out of the car and he holds the 38 in his palm and he walks over and the faggots are fucking doing the cleaning the engine on the Corvette that mommy bought him. And so I'm walking up there and these kids just were like, fuck, and they turned around and went in. And I go, one more and you're all going to die. And it stopped. It stopped for that house. But who knows? This year it's going to be worse. It seems every year to get worse and worse. Everyone's got this expendable, and now everyone's going to spend their Trump tax return on fireworks. Right, Dave?
Right on.
Right. Dave's drinking a Miller Lite.
Bunch of racists.
I'm going to play some drums for you real quick because I'm a drummer. Yeah. Looking like the car the Green Hornet had. My Oldsmobile. 98. My 98. You're going to get yours! Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So you're going to get yours this year, and the cops aren't going to do shit about it. But you let your grass grow up too high, and they'll be all over you from the city. So anyway, we got the Hillbillies. Everyone's a
backwood hillbilly.
Everyone's a great American.
Backwoods hillbilly.
Backwood hillbilly. And what do you think hillbillies drink? What do hillbillies drink? Fireball.
Old Milwaukee and Fireball.
Fireball.
Oh, woohoo! Fireball.
Ring of fire. Every time I'm in a bar, I listen to what people order and I judge the fuck out of them. I look at them and I judge the fuck out of them. That doesn't mean
you don't have to look at them. You can judge them before they walk in the room.
Right. But it's not even a race thing or anything like that. It's just the way they talk and carry themselves. But then when they order something, it's like, oh. So you get the super faggot that has to get the quadruple distilled wheat, gluten-free micro brewery for vodka.
Yes.
Now we got the vodka craft thing, crafty. So anyway, I digress.
Kentucky distilled vodka.
Kentucky, because we're known
what's
for.
What's that sound like?
Hello, you backwood hillbilly.
It sounds like something I would use to lubricate your mom's ass with. So that's the soundtrack from Chicago. The liberals love Obama so much still, and his legacy is what? Having Obamacare taken away. Basically in one fell swoop of a pen, but that's the soundtrack to Chicago right there.
But what about the children?
The children are in cages right now, but you've already forgotten about that because now you're thinking, what am I going to go get from the grocery store for my big party? Now, no offense, Dave. Dave Hammond and his lovely fiance are having a great big meat smokeout thing coming up. Meat and some veggies, I hope. Maybe some
lots of veggies, Lou.
Alternative vegetarian fare as well.
Oh yes. We're big fans of veggies too.
For faggots like me, but
eat dead shit and vegetables.
Right. But they're thinking about that now. They're not worried about kids in cages. They're not worried about what's going on. It's just a talking point, virtue signaling, cultural appropriation, bullshit. So don't worry about it. You know, you've passed that one up. That one's already last week's news. So I really am waiting for another shooting. Do you think that that's probably what's coming? I mean, it's all planned out anyway, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
So, you know, bang, 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 bang. But it's just too bad that the last guy used a shotgun and not an AR-15. So they can't go crazy about the weapon of choice. So it's a shotgun. You know, we've had shotguns. We had shotguns in the 1700s. You can't do the repeating firearms thing argument. So we've all moved on. Some of us have, at least. I still remember Las Vegas. I still remember Reno and Clinton and David Koresh. I have a long memory. So
David Koresh, he was a nice fellow, actually.
Lest we
loved the children.
Children
loved his freedom to carry firearms.
Love the young children.
Didn't like getting burned to death by our government.
Right. Well, Janet Reno was one of the greatest men to ever serve in that position in our government. And
what a dude.
Bill Clinton was the first black. Well, he's the second black president. I'd say Kennedy was the first. But nonetheless, it's a hillbilly weekend filled with what's the other thing that we're going to be looking forward to this weekend? Yeah. 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 Is that a 72 Super Sport? No. Okay. I thought it was a Nova. But it's not. It could be a Nova. It could be a Hemi Cuda. I don't know. It's a little harsh for a Hemi, but anyway, the motorcycle thing. I know there's a lot of you guys out there. Lou Ross, good friend, good buddy on Facebook, skateboard guru. Lou Ross, don't be offended if you're listening to this. I'm not assuming you will be, but he's a big motorcycle guy. He's a skateboard guy, but he doesn't seem to be one of the douchebags that wants to really ram it down your throat at every red light. So what is it with trucks and motorcycles at every red light? It's not,
Never could understand that, Lou. I must rev my engine. It's like, is it going to break down? Mm-hmm. Is it a piece of shit?
The clutch is fucked. The clutch. I mean, you don't know how to properly, calibrate your clutch and set it to where it's not going to stall, I guess. So we're going to have that. We're going to have the fireworks. We're going to have the noise. I think when our founding fathers and mothers,
yes,
I'm not going to be completely misogynistic.
Betsy Ross
was great. She was great on TV on Channel 5. Yes. She did the sports.
Yeah, I remember Betsy.
Betsy Ross. I don't think she likes guys.
She might.
Oh, man, I'm drinking a Miller Lite. It's delicious. So when they conceived America, they thought fireworks and motorcycles. I'm sure of it. That's your freedom, and that's your right to violate others' peace and quiet and pursuit of peace and silence and solitude and inner peace and sleeping well. So those fireworks, they usually go off until about 2 or 3 in the morning. And if you're a night person, you're in luck. If you're not a night person, you're fucked. So, 4th of July, America. All right, so the weather. It's been 92 degrees at least with about 85% humidity. And this has been going on for about 10 days now. About 10.
At least this whole year since January 3rd.
Right.
I think it's been over 100 degrees.
It has been quite well, we got a little late winter, and it was a nice reprieve, but it was pretty mild overall. But, man, it's just been hammering down since the beginning of June. And it's just making me really think about people that work outdoors and people that really bust their ass, that you're driving around in your car and you got the AC on and you've got your Taylor Swift jamming in your let's hate on a vehicle. It's got to be a white SUV.
One of those new GMC Tedesco trucks.
Tommy Tedesco? That's the guy from the Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. It's got doesn't it have a war name to it? Like, Brigade or something? Let's just pick on the old Chevy Suburbans.
Guzzler.
I don't know. That's a little too macho for I love the lady with the I want to speak to the manager haircut. She's driving a pearl white SUV. Let's pick on Nissan. It's not the Rogue, it's the bigger one. And there is a latte being clasped, throttled by that hand with
iPhone XS.
Perfect manicure, perfect pedicure. Well, kids in cages are suffering. She don't care.
With her Shih Tzu on her lap.
Yes, so she's driving down the road listening to Taylor Swift, and she's looking out at these guys and gals. There are some gals, but they really... You notice no women are tree trimmers or garbage.
Actually, I knew a woman tree trimmer. She was a manly one.
Did she shuck your trunk?
Also, I knew a female hod carrier. She was a brick loading bitch.
That is a badass job.
She was a bad bitch.
That is a badass job.
She worked her ass off.
10% or less, though. The ladies.
Yes, that's the last 2 I ever saw. I think they're extinct now.
The road crew lady always holds the sign, and it says slow or stop. So. These folks are driving along in their air-conditioned bliss, and they're the same people that bitched about winter, and they love summer. I love to go to the beach. I love it. It's so much fun. I can't wait to go to the beach and take pics and make you feel I'm not jealous at all. I'm not fucking jealous.
You shouldn't be jealous. They should climb up on a roof and give a roofer some Miller Lite. 2 o'clock in the afternoon
And a sandwich.
on a day like this.
And a sandwich.
Yeah, it's a sandwich.
Not a sandwich,
Not
as
a
they say.
sandwich.
As they say around here, Q hillbilly.
Sandwich.
Q hillbilly noise.
Hello, backwoods hillbilly.
Hillbillies.
Hello, backwoods hillbilly.
They say sandwich, and so does the Jimmy John's commercial. Fuck them. So you're driving along in your air-conditioned Bliss in your pearl white, latte-infested Taylor Swift soundtracked SUV, stupid, useless vehicle, and
Oh, that's neat. That's good. Maybe I'll get my son a job. My son should get a job doing that. That'd be great. I'll get my son. Oh, no. He doesn't want to work.
it's like they just gaze over, and it's like, get out there and do it for an hour. I mean, I've had a landscaping history. I've worked for other people. I had my own company. Got out of that. I'm old. I'm going to be 50 years old here soon. And I cut some grass today for an elderly neighbor who has a colostomy bag installed, which was really exciting for him to reveal that to me. And he kind of showed me the scar and where it's inserted.
Well, that's pleasant.
It was delicious. But
Say lunch after that. Eh?
I mean, I got hard. My dick moved.
You didn't. Never mind.
Yeah. So I cut his grass once a week. He tries to shove $30 in my pocket. I don't let him, but I do it because he's a good guy and he's been my neighbor for 12 years. And he's got a shit bag. You know, you got to feel sorry for a guy with a shit bag. And as long as he doesn't burp the thing around me.
And he probably worked his ass off to get that shit bag.
Yeah, he's covered. He's got insurance somehow. I don't think he's on the dole. But anyway, I was out there for 40 minutes and I thought I had a heat stroke. I really did. And I was bent over, trying to catch my breath, grasping for air. And today's not as hot as it was yesterday, I don't think.
The rain helped.
The rain finally helped. But this is gay. Fuck this topic. Anyway, The weather's going to make everyone more of an asshole this weekend. And if it were really nice outside, maybe this is a blessing. Maybe, since it's going to be so hot this week, then the fireworks faggots will be inside and they won't go out as much. Yeah. Sounds like, what is it, Riders on the Storm?
Oh.
But you can come up with something like that. So we're foraying into the next topic, which is shit-borne illnesses, not from the colostomy bag, but the fucking public pools. Even the private pools. Why would anyone want to get into a pool?
I want to know, Lou, have you ever shit in a pool?
No.
That's disgusting.
I have waffle stomped some shit the day after a bender in my own house down the drain.
I saw a kid shit in the pool. It was disgusting.
How old was he or she?
I'd say 7.
Okay, and you saw it coming out? That makes you a complete pedophile.
I saw it float to the surface.
Oh, the old Baby Ruth trick.
Yeah.
Okay, we've seen this one before. But anyway, they had this Shigalosa deal over. Is that what it's called?
Actually, a brown halo around them.
Oh my God, that should be a scarlet letter thing where the kid has it painted on his chest for 5 seasons. Like, you got to wear the S now. You got the S. There's little Johnny. He's got the S. There's little Tamika. She's got the S. But Cincinnati public pools had a real bad deal with that. And the funniest thing I heard about this, the Shigalosa, which is a shit-borne illness, waterborne illness for folks swimming in public pools. A buddy of mine said, wait and see. About 18 months from now, you're going to see some kids with the name Shigalosa.
That's a great name,
The inner city birth rate, and you're going to see 5% to 10% kids. So that sounds good, Shigalosa. Shit, that sounds good, literally. So I'm really grossed out by public pools, and I used to go. A buddy of mine lives in a condo, and it's pretty cool. Nice little community, a lot of cute girls, young people, young professionals, and some older women, too.
Notice professionals are much more attractive than those who do nothing.
Why is that? The ones that do nothing have more time to look good.
Yeah, you would think.
But they don't.
They're purposeless.
They spend all day ordering snappy tomato pizza, I guess. I hope. No.
You would like that.
It's true, though. They do. I've got
a little plug there.
You are in my designated market area. We deliver to Latonia. Yes, I'm in the pizza business now.
Big Lou's Pizza.
I got out of the landscaping and the big government working at Northern Kentucky University deal. So, Before that, I had a career briefly as Herb Tarlick selling radio advertising and worked for the Cincinnati Cyclones Hockey Club. But anyway, the poop in the water, pretty gross. Because, I want to see everyone come to the pool and stand under a shower for a good 5 minutes. Like, you want to swim in the pool, let's see what you got. And I don't care, take your bathing suit off and have a designated butt scrubber.
Tame your diseases.
Right.
Tame that bacteria.
Yeah, shoot it, aim it.
Decamination.
Put some Zyklon B on it.
Yes.
Listen to the can. It's rattling around. They actually use this shit.
Yes.
A little falling down for you. So, the shitborne illness is just disgusting, and I know a lot of people have no choice. I mean, they want to go to a public pool. It's free. It's hot. They don't have air conditioning, which really sucks. You know what? I think I'm a socialist.
Yeah, I think you might be.
I think I'm a fucking socialist.
Air conditioning at the pool.
I think every fucking house needs to have air conditioning. I mean, you had to bust your ass and bring the air conditioner up here to the palatial studios of Dave Hammond's in lovely Latonia, Kentucky. But it's struggling a little bit.
This is Kenton Vale, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Okie dokie. What's up with this Howard Litzler guy? Who named like 6 streets after him?
He was actually an attorney. I think he fought the whole British petroleum contamination down here.
Oh, okay. Well, good for him. I support that. Another multinational Zionist corporation, British Petroleum. Next podcast. So, it's going to be hot. People are going to swim and poop. They're going to get sick, and I'm not going to do it anymore. Even at the hot-ass condominium complex over at Eden Dairy in Crescent Springs with all the hotties. And the hottest girls seem to have a white bathing suit. Is it just maybe the framework? Is the white the framing? Is it sort of an optical illusion, or is it actually that hot girls, I don't know, maybe it's the SUV color bathing suit.
It could be. Hot against white is nice.
Yeah, hot and white. I mean, it's going to keep you cool. But I don't know, a pearlescent white bikini.
You get the hillbillies against the primer gray, never really works out. So.
The matte battleship gunmetal gray. Yeah, that's the one. It's like a generic Value City kind of thing.
Rusty 99 Chevette.
Yeah, 99 Vet. You drove a Vet, I drove a Vet. So anyway, we've got cops who do not work outside. And they will pull you over for having one Miller Lite. And they will bust you, and you will go to jail.
Can
and it will
I
be
see your license and registration?
$5,000. Heroes! Heroes! Heroes!
Step out of car, son.
Heroes! Heroes! Papers, please. Papers, please. Must not pass through till papers are proven. So these guys, this cop worship in this country. And I know if someone's listening, they're going to get pissed off and think, I hate all cops. I do! You know why? Because you're welfare recipients. You guys are attracted to the job because you're a psycho in the first place. And if you came back from Iraq or Afghanistan, you do not need to be a cop because we don't go through the city streets of Kentonvale kicking down doors because our mothers and fathers who founded this country said that that's not cool with the 4th goddamn amendment and the 2nd Amendment. So people that think the 2nd Amendment is for homie breaking in, that's true. But really, the fact that cops know that we have guns, some of us do, a lot of us do, or any of us, or none of us, but they know we all have the possibility to have a gun. Can you imagine this country, the door kicking, the door sales would go through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
You kick that shit in the way they do.
The store will be on every corner.
Right. They should just go ahead and advertise doorstore.com on the side of cop cars. Yeah. And the sheriffs especially, and the SWAT team, super especially. So you got an issue if you want to go out and arrest and imprison and question and berate and besmirch and bewitched and Durwood, Mr. Larry Tate the fuck out of people.
Larry Tate.
So, you come back from serving your country, you're serving Israel because Iraq had the largest or 3rd largest standing army on the planet at the time. We can't have that close to Israel.
No, sorry.
Plus, Saddam did a double turn on the USA with the oil in the ground and did a deal with the Chinese and fucked the Bushes out of it. So, my daddy, it's not about my daddy. So it's all about getting that Earl, getting that Halliburton, and getting the Harris Corp, and getting the Carlyle Group. All the same people that bombed the fuck out of the Ho Chi Minh Trail and then paved it with Lady Bird Johnson's father's company.
Yes.
No collusion there, but Russia. Yeah. So cops are sitting in air-conditioned bliss right now, and I've had one half of a Miller Lite, and I'm not even getting started. And I could possibly blow a BA that's illegal.
Yeah, probably.
What is it, 0.08?
You're a pretty big boy there, Lou. I think you'd be... you drink the whole one and you might blow.
I've had 2 bean burritos today, so if you can't tell. But I'd probably pass. But, you get out of a bar, you have 2. You're supposed to have 1 an hour, 0.08, which is the IQ of an average cop. And then you're 5,000 in the hole.
That's why they picked that number, Lou.
Oh, damn. I'm smart. Smart stuff. So they knew they planned things out, but not that well. But then you've got the whole industry of the legal and lawyers, and I'm your buddy. $5,000, I'm your buddy. Well, wait a minute. I can drive my motherfucking Honda Civic straight down the fucking road on about 3 bourbons on the rocks.
Yes. I'm sure you cause no major trouble.
I've not. I've never run into an oak tree. I've never hit anyone else head on. And I'd say it's sort of like a Darwinian thing. If you can do it and they pull you over and you're like, you were seen driving straight down the road.
Yes.
And then they pull you over for something and they blow you and you're positive.
Yeah.
Or over the limit, they're like, go ahead and go.
Yeah, I
just
could
go
drink
home.
about 15 beers. Drive all the way to
that shit.
Toledo.
To see Klinger. Jamie Farr. You can go far. Jamie Farr. So, I don't know, these guys, the hero worship, and it's gone into my little love, my passion, my sport. I'm a hockey fan. I'm a hockey fanatic. I've played a little hockey in the past, do some men's league stuff, done some kids coaching, passionate about the sport. And now at every goddamned Columbus Blue Jackets, should be blue for cop jackets.
Freeze!
There is cop worship and military worship, and it goes on for like 7 minutes. It's like this. You just get there late. It's like the game's not going to start at 7:05. It's going to start at 7:21. So I get up there and park and get a scalped ticket and park for free, and then get there to miss the cop worship. But I've been there a few times with buddies who wanted to see warm-ups. So Pittsburgh's in town, Penguins or whatever, and Red Wings are in town. And they roll the shit out on the ice, the fucking police car for the teddy bear toss at the Cyclones games. And everyone stands up. It's like exactly what we're not supposed to be per the founding fathers and mothers. And it's not my opinion. It's the facts.
The facts don't lie.
The Matrix. They didn't want us to be in the Matrix. And this is the cop Matrix. This is the military Matrix. This is a great story. Okay, Columbus Blue Jackets. They're named after Civil War era folks that made the uniforms near Columbus, Ohio. So the Blue Jackets were for the North, and the Great Emancipators because the South was a bunch of hillbillies that just wanted to string up Negroes. So over-encapsulated, oversimplified logic.
Yay! Yay! Blue Jackets good! Southern bad! Stars and bars bad!
So sorry about that. I'm clipping. He said I'm clipping. So they have this cannon, a Civil War type cannon that they have right on the second level concourse. And whenever the Blue Jackets score, the fucker blows off. And you've got that soundtrack. So, yeah, exactly. So I was sitting in the last row of the first level in the lower bowl for the Penguins and Blue Jackets game this past year, maybe in March. I went with a buddy of mine, and we're rolling our eyes at these guys getting wheeled out, guys missing arms. But this guy didn't have any missing limbs. He was a military vet. And they did the big hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. And he's in basic BDUs, nothing crazy, no big-time formal attire, uniform deal. And he gave a little speech, and they all clapped, and he said what he did in Iraq. And Then I noticed that he was standing behind us during the game, watching the game, just during the the regular play of the game, and we had an end seat on the aisle, and we were in the last row. So I looked over my shoulder and I nudged my buddy and I said, "Hey, there's the guy that they worshipped earlier." And he's like, "Oh yeah." Guess what happened?
Well, what happened, Lou?
The fucking Blue Jackets scored.
Well, yeah.
And guess what went off?
The cannon.
The cannon. What did the military guy do? He hit the deck.
He shit his pants.
He shit his pants. He was, we all knew it was coming, but it's still shock, It's still a shock when that thing goes off, and you're pretty close. So we're like one section over, and the fucker lost his mind. It wasn't PTSD kind of thing. It was, I'm a little bitch kind of thing. Like, the cannon scared me. This is the military veteran's hero guy. Funniest thing ever. That shit's going to have miles, that story. Lots of mileage on that. So, so we're going into 4th of July weekend. The cop worship is in full effect. They're not going to take anyone's fireworks away. They're not going to tell you to stop. You can call them all you want, and they're going to come and say, hey, everyone's doing it. That's what they say. Everyone's doing it. So if I call them and everyone's raping kids and shit.
Yeah, everybody's doing it.
Everybody's doing it.
Have a kid. Here's one. Here's caged kids.
It's like that fucking, what is
we
that?
Put them in cages, easier to rape.
On a Saturday night. I never seen such a beautiful sight. I'll be doing it. Yeah. Like, everybody's doing it. So they're not going to do anything. They're not going to arrest anybody. They used to take the shit away and confiscate.
Yeah, they used to beat you.
They beat you with a mile-high bottle rocket.
They used to let you drive home drunk. My dad would drive me home from the bar, and the cop would say, "Hey, Mr. Hammonds, how you doing tonight?"
Right.
You been drinking? He's passed out in the seat. Well, let the son drive there. He'll drive you on.
Why not?
I'll follow you, make sure you get home all right.
Good job, buddy. Thank you, sir. Thank you, public.
1974.
Public servant.
Yes. Got you home safe. Didn't make your family go on welfare.
Because of the lawyer fees.
Yeah, so the lawyer fees and the DUI fees and
Steve Adams,
1-800. Work and lose your job.
Oh, you gotta love 800 grab DUI.
Yeah.
Well, I feel safer now. I'd feel safer if 1-800 grab kid. How about let's grab people that are grabbing kids?
Yes, make a real crime out of a real crime.
Yeah, and then put them in a cage and send them back. Go back to your shithole. So,
yes.
Anyway, we've got a problem here because people are offended and people are crying. There's a crybaby. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. I'll suck my dick. Because I say retard a lot. I say retard.
Why did you say retard?
I'm allowed to say retard because I have a lovely cousin, a lovely young man in England who has Down syndrome. He's my third cousin. Yeah, I think he's my third cousin. Wonderful individual, funny, completely coherent. He's not out of it or anything like that. He's just got Down syndrome, and millions of people do. So I'm not saying just because I got a cousin I can say retard. I'm saying I can say retard because I can say fucking retard. And if you want to get butthurt about retard, you got problems. And here's another quantifier. I worked for 4 years in the retard industry, and that is for Support Care of Ohio. I worked directly with adult mentally retarded and disabled persons as a community integration specialist. Doesn't that sound fucking nice?
Yeah, you were taking care of some shit.
That's like a total liberal. It sounds like a total liberal made-up title.
Card-carrying liberal occupation. There.
Bleeding heart, soft sciences major. I wasn't even that. Can you consider communications a hard science?
Yeah.
With an English minor? So I worked with these folks, and some of them were not so friendly. Some of them were violent. I worked with one guy. He was about 310 pounds, and he was semi-autistic and had Asperger's, and he would bite, and he would attack.
That would hurt.
And they had to, when I was in training, and they said, this is how you get someone off of you when they bite your wrist. I thought, I'm in for it, okay? I was probably $160 dripping wet at that point, but he bit me quite a bit, and he would attack, and he would break things, and he would hit himself. And you just can't shit your pants in that kind of job. When you're living in a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom apartment at Lake of the Woods Village in North College Hill, Ohio, through support care of Ohio's MRDD waiver program. You can't cry, mommy. You got to deal with it. Exactly. But all of the supervisors in the retard industry were total Bernie fags. I mean, they were all...
Oh, you a communist.
They were all soft. NPR this, NPR that. And some good people. I think they're well-meaning people, but they didn't ever deal with the trenches. So when I had to double up a couple times with clients, they would put one guy with another dude if they had 2 bedrooms and it wasn't being used in that apartment. The staff, I always had my own bedroom, my own bathroom, so that was great. But you would see, if you're up late at the middle of the night, you would see one of them, and especially a lot of people with traumatic brain injuries are hypersexualized. And you would see one of them tiptoeing in down the hallway to the other's bedroom. And then they go and fuck each other.
Gotta get some.
Guy on guy on guy.
Gotta get you some.
Gotta get you some, and retards need love too. Yeah. So I was instructed to break that shit up. So do you know, I mean, seriously, you're mad.
Like, that's not fair.
You're mad at me on fucking Fag Book, on fucking Zucker Book, on Jew Book, for fucking saying retard, or you're retarded, or that's fucking retarded. Yeah, come and live in my world from 1994 to 1999 before they fired me for a documentation error, meaning good reason to get me out because they didn't like my politics.
You're not a communist.
Not quite. I'm a socialist about air conditioning units, though. Yes. I want not a chicken in every pot. I want air-conditioned pools, and I want an air conditioner in every podcast studio in Kenton Vale, Kentucky.
Air-conditioned parks.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice if the trees... Could we make a green air conditioning unit? I mean, I don't think it's possible. I mean, it's got ice. It's like
spray painted mine green. I think mine is actually green.
There you go. All right, you're such a literal technical wizard here. You're such a technical producer, realist,
Hello,
Dave Hammond.
Backwood Hillbilly.
Yeah, so the other word that everyone's fucking pissed off about is gay. Gay, gay, gay. That's gay. Fucking gay. So I'm clipping again. But if you say gay now, it's a really bad deal, according to everybody on social media. So what do? I say gay more. And so when you take the word away, it's like the N-word. Everyone says, well, we're going to take the N-word and just go ahead and ram it down everyone's throat and say it every day and call each other the N-word, and then it's going to have less meaning for the white person. So I'm doing the same concept. I'm going to devalue the word gay by making it colloquial. Ooh, I heard that. Yeah. Hold on. Gay. So overusage of the gay rainbow flag as we just passed through Pride Month. On every comment, almost every comment that I made on the Jew book is a rainbow flag. Someone's like, the Reds won 8-2. Rainbow flag, period. That's the comment. So if you're mad about people saying gay, and I've had an issue with some people in the past that got mad at me and thought that I was calling them, I don't know, the whole bacon thing that we went through a few years ago where everything was getting dipped in bacon.
Yeah, I mean, baconaise. I remember that.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise flavored. Who the fuck makes mayonnaise flavored bacon?
It's just ridiculous. It's like the Twinkies that are entwined and then...
It's not. It's bacon flavored mayonnaise. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. Bacon. Yeah. Well, we know what you meant. But the bacon craze. So I started calling all these big macho wannabe guys bacon fags.
Hello, Backwoods Hillbilly.
That's right. I was like, you're bacon, a bacon fag, a be bacon fags. And I had somebody that I know is gay, and they got really offended, and it got back to some family members like, Lou's called so-and-so gay in the family. And it was like, no, I didn't. I said bacon fag. And you don't have to be a fag to be a bacon fag. You just have to be overzealously enthusiastic about bacon. Yeah. Get a hobby, man. Fuck your wife. What are you doing? You're like putting bacon on shit. Fuck your wife in the kitchen. Don't make bacon shit.
Flaming
fucking
bacon fag.
Ream it out. Get kinky with it. So,
cook bacon naked.
The gay. So
pop on your titties.
The gay army of non-gay people saying gay is growing. So I've indoctrinated, and I tried to do it to you.
Real gay.
I tried to. Well, they do it. So So I've
You want some bacon, Lou?
Dave Hammond has been. I've attempted. Instead of, what time are you coming over to do the podcast? 8 o'clock. Gay. Just putting gay as my response.
Yeah.
Dave didn't understand that.
What? I don't think I'm gay.
Right. What does he mean? So everything's gay. I mean, you go to court for your DUI, and the judge is like, please step up to the podium.
I've only licked one side of a dick.
And they still call me gay. What is your name, sir?
I didn't lick the other side. Or
You know
the
what?
tip.
I'm putting you in jail for 30 days, and you have anything to say for yourself? Gay! Fucking gay. And the judge is like, wow, okay, you're getting 60 now, and enjoy it. Enjoy the poop shoot. So I think we're winding down here. We've got some music going out on the outro.
That's fucking gay.
That's gay, I know. This is the initial fagcast, the initial hatecast, the initial podcast, and we're going to do this as much as we can possibly do it without scaring off the fiancé in the other room and the neighbors outside who are getting ready to hillbilly it up with their fireworks and motorcycles. So, we've got a little bit of Sabbath on the way out, and that's going to be our official... Yeah. That's our official deal. But that's coming up. Enjoy the music and enjoy the podcast. Share it if you like. We don't give a fuck. If you want to send us money, that's great. Send us some money. We're drinking Miller Lite.
Money and bacon. Miller
money
Lite.
and fake and bacon. Miller Lite in a can.
AR-15s.
Yeah. Miller Lite in a can is the official beer of the Lou Diamond Dave Hammond.
Hey, Lou, what about Harley Davidson moving to Taiwan?
I thought it was Europe.
Here's one of them leaving now.
Bye. I won't miss you. So I can't decide if I hate tuner bikes. That's the fucking Nova. Come on.
That's a 69 Nova.
That's a Nova,
72
bud.
maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, it's a super sport nonetheless. But that's when Chevy made Chevys. Yeah. Now Chevy makes fucking Malibus and... What's a Cruze? A Ted Cruz. A Chevy Ted Cruz. Like, I couldn't get enough money together to buy an Accord. Yeah. So I'm going to fuck off and go to Tom Gale Chevrolet in Amelia, Ohio. I promise you $500 if we can't fuck you up the ass on a deal, and my son will take his tongue and run it up the back of your son's leg.
What you say about my boy?
Yeah, fucking Chevy Cruze. I think the gears and transmission housing is made of paper mache, made in China. So America, it's an American car, but that is a Nova sound effect. I swear it is.
Sure.
So we can work on it next week. Now that's a Harley. That's me shooting a Harley. That's you. And Dave, that's better. That's the first one was Las Vegas. I think distant.
That's a Harley.
That's a Harley. Yeah.
That's a Hall beer, boy.
Oh boy, you're all.
Hello, you backwood hillbilly.
Get their fucking tofu out of my way, bacon fag. So, I don't know. I don't like the tariff deal. I don't think tariffs are the answer because we live in a global economy.
I like paying a reasonable price for shit.
Right. And that ship sailed a long time ago with these corporate fucks that took their shit overseas because they didn't want to pay a reasonable wage, but under the guise of free marketism. We don't have a free market because we live in a society that has taxes and governmental regulation.
Isn't that another podcast?
There's another podcast, and we're going to bring Seth in for that one.
Yeah, we got to get Seth in here.
Special guest, Seth forced her. It's not Seth Forster. It's Seth forced her. No,
and she might have liked it.
He never did that. He's a sweet guy. So, but we'll have a that's another one. Quit saying robust. Quit saying robust debate. We had a robust encounter with the other side. We had a robust debate. Shut the fuck up. You know what's robust? Coffee. That's it. That's the only time you can say robust. Unless you have a really healthy fucking shit in a public pool. So, we're going to head on the outro here on this topic of Harley Davidsons because we're going to step outside and we're going to hear one right away, I guarantee it. So stay tuned for the next episode of the Lou Diamond Hate Podcast, and we'll see you on whatever social media outlet that we decide to post this on, because right now we got to go to GoDaddy and buy a domain and post it there so we can stream it live and take your calls. See ya!